underline this assembly, ICPD committee.
Honorable Francis Mokuo, member of the Sakika.
My name is Arun Musokaman. I represent Castle Ward, a member of this committee as well.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Maniki, member of this committee, Secretary General Muungano Party.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Engineer Jackson Dolo from Ukia Ward, a member of this committee and also the Deputy Minority Leader.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Josephine Mwasandamuki. I come from Watenzio Ward, special elect by UDA Party, and I am a member of this committee.
Secretary.
My name is Alphonse Kimeli. I am the committee clerk, committee on resolution.
I am Petition Musioka. I am from the Petition committee.
Common Sandwell Communications.
David Moneki, Communications.
Jonathan Loki, Sergeant Attacks.
Leonard Brother, Sergeant Attacks.
Okay. We'll start by the leadership. There's a fund for members. Introduce yourself, the institution you are from, and the work.
Thank you, Chair, and honorable members of the House. My good name is Daniel Kisila, a student at Tigato University in my fourth year, pursuing a bachelor's degree in commerce, insurance and risk management option. I'm from Zakika, the lower part of Matilipo. I'm the president for Makweli University Student Association. It is an association for universities, college and TVET students from Makweli County, but in different institutions across the country. But recently, we have a membership from diaspora. Because of the fragrance of the association, some members who are not from Makweli County have been interested in its membership. And through several consultations within its leadership, we have allowed, and maybe in the process of this engagement, might have some members who are not from within Makweli but are members of the association. So it's by our associations, articles, and constitutions, we are not impact the membership. Thank you, Chair. We can have introduction from this side.
Jambo. Mimi kwa salama. Moses Koli, fourth-year student, Multimedia University, Political Science and Psychology. I come from Kirome constituency. I'm the vice chair in this organization, that constituency, from Mukaki Taingo Ward. Thank you.
I am Kennedy Musioki, a member of Musa.
Which ward?
Which ward?
I'm not from this ward, actually I'm from Machakos.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm going to everyone. I'm a fourth-year student at Seku, also a member of Musa from Nakuru County.
In particular? Water.
Okay.
Hello everyone. I'm James Chomo, the Publicity Director, Executive. Serve Daniel Kisila is Publicity Director. Come from Makoni constituency, Kitisa Kinuke Ward. Kenya University, my final year, that's 4th year. Thank you.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Samina Mukekuli. I come from Secondary South, member of Musa, representing people with disability chapter.
Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon. I'm William Otieno, a fourth-year student at Seku University, Water Campus. I'm a member of MUSA.
Hello everyone. Charity Mwoki from Seku, pursuing Bachelor of Education Arts, English and Literature, a member of MUSA.
Which ward?
From Machakos.
From Machakos. Maybe for the purposes of this meeting, if you don't come from Makueni, you can just mention your county. But if you come from Makueni, it's all right to mention your ward, so that at least we can, the gap that will be there. But, yeah.
God is good. All the time.
God is good.
My name is Petition Musila. I graduated from Maseno University, Bachelor of Communication and Media Technology with IT. I'm a former executive member of MUSA, and we are here today for the presentation.
Which one?
I come from Tulimani. Born in Sub-County.
Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel Mutama. I come from Boni constituency, specifically Boni Ward. I am a student of International Relations and Diplomacy. I'm waiting to graduate in the next 2 months. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Willy Mutula, a fourth-year student at Mamangina University doing computer science. I come from Emali Mulala Ward. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Victor Mwema, the university student president, Masai Mara University. I'm a member of MUSA. I come from Kibwezi East, Tange Ward. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Hello. My name is Yalo Fidel from Segituki Ward, MUSA Foundational.
Good afternoon everyone. I'm Kezia Mumbe. I was a student in Machakos University, and right now I'm a professional. I did the business management and administration. So I'm glad that I'm here for this interaction. Thank you so much. I come from Makueni.
Which ward?
Sijui ward yangu. Kwetu kwa katoka.
That is a
Kumeni Mubao. Yes, that's right.
Good afternoon. My name is John Danu. I am a student at Kirili University, former academic director. I'm from Kibwezi West, Kikumbulu North, and I'm a member in MUSA. Thank you.
All protocols observed. Good afternoon, members. My name is Collins Ndolo. I am a student at the University of Nairobi, waiting for my graduation. I've done a double major in political science and history. Now in Makueni University Student Association, I am the chairperson from Boni chapter and also the general champion for climate change in this great association for the student of Makueni. I come from Kisau Kiteta Ward under the leadership of Darius Manga. It is an honor to be amongst you. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon all. I am Sateki Lamako from Samburu County. I'm a member of MUSA. I'm a student at the Southeastern Kenya University, Water Campus. I'm pursuing a Bachelor of Education Arts in Literature, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Faith Mamia, a student at Seku, Water Campus, and a member of MUSA. I'm from Kitui County.
Good afternoon. I'm John Kiloko. I'm currently a student at Southeastern Kenya University, third year student. I'm a member of MUSA from Narok County.
Good afternoon. I'm Judah Michael, student here. I come from Mpenza. The one is a brand new. That is my place.
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Katambo of 4D in Seku, Bachelor's Education Arts, English and Literature from Machakos. I'm in the Muslim.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Kelvin Atiso from Tubazist, Leon Zapan Ward, a student at Logan University waiting for my graduation.
Are we done? Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I am first glad that we are here since 10 or 9 say we are all patient to have this powerful deliberation. My name is Peter Mwanganti Mani. I come from 2 wards, that's Tier Ward, under the rehabilitation of engineer Jackson. And I also come from Kipingo Ward, under the rehabilitation of the majority leader, Narabo Kisuni. And I am proud of the work that the Assembly is doing and that my leadership of the ward. I'm proud. I am a professional in electrical and electronics engineering from Technical University of Kenya. I graduated, and I have previously served as the president of Technical University of Kenya. I've served as president of Makueni University of Kenya, Makueni University Student Association, and I'm serving as the youth executive in the Climate Change Planning Committee. And I'm also serving as the BOT member of Makueni Vocational Training, Matindini Vocational Training Center. And honestly, we are proud and we still trust that the Assembly has the power as it is dictated in the Constitution to legislate, oversight, and represent the electorates. And so said, we are here to submit to that authority. Thank you. Thank you. Next is we take oath of official, but only the leaders who will be engaging or will respond to us, so that we can have order. So only those who will engage us will take our oath of affirmation. Chair, yes. I beg to interject politely. We have presented a request because that communication was done effectively to us in good time, and we have requested, because these are just a drop in the ocean of the representation of the young people of Makueni and the membership of Musa in their 10,000 membership and above. We were requesting if it is possible, because all these people have been sent specifically by faculties within Musa. And we are interested that even if we are organized first and we have our own people who we have delegated to speak and represent this team which is already here, but along the conversations, somebody might see or be interested in saying something that might be of interest and of importance to its faculty, and we request that as the lead team, which is the 4 of us, take their oath, the rest can take their affirmation if possible. I think we can agree, but we take it collectively so that we save time. Okay? Sure. So that everybody is part of the oath. Okay?
Otherwise, we are not maybe preventing someone from speaking. You will have an opportunity, all of you, to speak. Yeah. We were only making it at least official because taking an oath for all of us, it will take a lot of time. Yeah. We just selected the officials to take the oath on behalf of the others, meaning all of you will speak, but through the chair.
I kindly request you be upstanding as you...
Yes.
You know how to take affirmation?
Yes.
Okay.
Your right hand.
You guide them.
Yeah.
All of you.
All of you.
And then you repeat after me. So where we had said, you say the member of Musa, you will say your name. Are we together? So we can start. I do swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee on devolution, public participation, county administration, and special programs, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you. Take your seat. So you are aware that I was doing a petition was when Council Assembly. And the petition, and I think you have it, as a sort of also members have it. Our work is more of listen than engaging, so that you can get more evidence from you. So that when you in our report, you can do a comprehensive report with your views and what you indicated in the petition. So it's my humble request to members so that you can give them time. They take us through the petition briefly so that we can deal with prayer number 1 to prayer number 5, as you indicated. So I give you time like 3 to 5 minutes. You take us shortly on your prayers so that you can engage from there.
Chair, before we proceed, I will take this opportunity first of all to welcome the Musa members, specifically the chair who comes from my ward, and tell them that they should be very specific with the petition. Other things we may discuss as we go on, but let us be specific with the petition so that we handle it first, and then we will take up other things later. So let us, when you are talking, let us quickly limit ourselves to the petition so that we can get your views to give us very good time to write a report and then engage in the assembly. Thank you.
And also, Chair, before you give you a brief, on behalf of members, on behalf of the Secretariat, and you want to apologize for the delay. We have to start at 9, but you know the hiccups we had. We had a meeting with the Speaker, members and other engagement. So kindly accept our apologies. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. As I've said, I'm Daniel Kisila, the President of the Association. We have been doing several petitions, and we have a manner now we present ourselves once we come for these consultative meetings. Now with the powers bestowed to me by the Constitution of Makoni University Student Association, I'm privileged when it comes to matters that requires more professionalism, that I delegate that duty to people or members and leaders who are more conversant and can guide us well for proper outcome and practical sessions. So in the petition that we have been doing, we have a committee which comprises of most of the members who are present today and others who do not make it due to some inconveniences. But our major participants in the committee normally have the lead petitioner and a moderator from our side. Now by this juncture, I'd welcome the moderator who is seated next to me, Mr. Peter, and the lead petitioner, Mr. Emmanuel. Proceed as we interject discipline. Thank you, sir.
It's okay.
Thank you so much, President and the Chair, for this opportunity. First of all, apologies are accepted, but also accept our apologies for making some of the reasons that has made us to delay, because we presented ourselves and we continue to represent our faculty to the authorities established by the Constitution of Kenya and established for the people and by the people to grow the community development to the futuristic world that we envision. The petition that is before this committee and the assembly is regarding public participation and governance of the young people and inclusion of the young people in government. The reason that those have good respect for the time that the chair has accorded to us, we wish to take it as religious as it can be within the brief that the petition can be. So the petition was founded on the premise that young people make the greatest percentage of the population in Makueni, in Kenya, and in the globe. And therefore, the need to involve them in governance, leadership, and matters to effect or affect development, both for the general citizens and for the young people. This petition before you is seeking to readdress issues of young people in regard to public participation. Musa just being a lead team, we have several and general youth groups in Makueni. Rather than this specific one for the young people in tertiary institutions, we have other recognized and registered youth groups in Makueni that have the same interests and aspirations that we have, but they might not know which way to go. They might not know where to go to. They might not know how to address these issues. And that is the main reason that we came up with this petition amongst other petitions. And this petition founded on that fact that young people make the greatest percentage of the population of Makueni to a tune of over 300,000 young people aged between the age of 15 to 34, with the population that we have in Makueni of about 1 million. Then the age 15 to 34 carries almost a third of that population. It makes sense to tell the authorities that there is need for the progress of the community and the county to involve the ideas, the aspirations and ambitions of these young people in the development, in policy information, and therefore we spear a whole-rounded leadership and governance and development, both for the people and for the young people, because these are the people that we will hand over power to more. These are the people that even if we don't have hand over power, that they will become of age to be in the positions that are established by the Constitution. And if these people are not empowered, they are not informed, they are not involved in leadership, they might end up providing the leadership in their best way known to them that might not be informed from where you sit, because the leadership of the country, and narrowing down to Makueni, has a lot of experiences and has a lot of challenges and achievements that needs to be addressed and carried forward for the achievements. And so that they are sustained, there is need for us to carry along the future leaders, the future holders of the country and the county we are building. Therefore, the petition is seeking clearly to address youth inclusion in governance, to address youth inclusion in public participation, to address deliberate efforts in youth development. We are aware that there is a Makueni Youth Policy 2020. And that Makueni Youth Policy has 3 pillars. The first pillar is the social pillar, the economic pillar, and the political pillar. In our societal setup, everything rises and falls around leadership. And leadership is revolving around politics. And this politics is what we are calling now the political pillar in the youth policy. And as per our observation, as an association, we can objectively say that this policy, if implemented, it can realize greater potential of Makueni County as a whole. Because these people have a lot of brilliant ideas, have a lot of brilliant proposals. And if they have a proper channel to give them out, there can be a tremendous success that all of us share. And therefore, in the political pillar, there's a suggestion that there will be an establishment of a Makueni Youth Placement Unit or Center, as it is referred to in the Chejete. We are requesting for information on how far has this gone, the policy being from 2020 up to now. The youth policy on the political pillar, allow me to dwell so much on the political pillar because we have limited time. I could have gone huge on the policy and expound a lot of issues that we have with the policy. But for today, allow me to dwell on the political pillar, because that is what anchors the rest of the policy. There is an establishment of a Makueni Youth Development Steering Committee that, as far as we are concerned, it has not been realized since 2020 up to now. We are concerned that these developments, they were proposed, and up to now, 5-6 years down the line, there is no deliberate effort to realize them, and they are the perfect anchors. There are also other suggestions, including an establishment of our Makueni Youth Council, which should mainstream issues of the young people. We had another suggestion on those suggestions, that they, and also the development of the young people. This board, in our suggestion, we envision a board that will channel. This board, we envision an opportunity for the government to even share their frustrations to the young people for solutions. Because we know, in as much as there are successes, there are things that the government is struggling with, and they are admitting, they can admit if given platform. And these issues, these young people brought together, they have solutions. And even if they don't have solutions, a problem shared is a problem half solved. So if we can have that channel of communication, mutual communication, by direction or way of talking with the greatest percentage of the population, I'm telling you, we can realize a world beyond the world. And this is not a dream. This is something that is happening in Turkana County, where we have a Turkana Youth Council. And recently, they have a Turkana Youth Board, which is now being championed by the County Assembly of Turkana, across other counties that I could mention. It pains this association to see that some of these achievements that have been realized in other counties, there is no effort in Makueni. However small or big it can be,
welcome to say a word. Just stick where you are.
Thank you very much, Chair and the committee members. I think I had met you earlier, our comrades, and I wanted to indicate that Chair have noted that the members of the committee, not circumstances under which I held a public meeting for some of it. And I wanted to found a noticeable number of citizens in the assembly. I decided to listen to the issues that were arising were beyond their committee. So that had nothing to do with the business of the committee. So that is on that basis that the meeting was closed. So I take note of that. Mheshimiwa Musa, you are there? Your chair came rushing and he could not even give A member from Lale Mali came and he was coming for you. When he listened also, he stayed. You know, in the time of Noah, birds were sent and they never came back. So please, as you blame me, blame your chair. Asking why did you go and you never came back? Otherwise, the things that these members are raising are valid. The important issues. These are representative sample of our children. Your parents. So they are ventilating the issue that they are facing in the community. So listen to them. And as a committee on devolution and public participation, you are responsible for governance, including oversight in their sector. So don't limit yourself to the issues related to these petitioners. Please also go beyond that and get on record the issues they raised with us then. So that it is important. So to the team leader and others, please ensure that the things that we've discussed there will go on record and they will be part of the report that will be presented by the Committee on Devolution, Public Participation and Governance. Because the oversight, governance outside and governance inside the assembly. I hope that is the point. Yes. So, yes. Thank you so much. God bless you. As I said, it is your right to petition this county assembly, and the petitions are less. Petitions are under Committee on Devolution and Public Participation. Unless you have a problem with many petitions.
We are okay.
You're okay?
Yeah.
So please use emails as much as possible and WhatsApp. Ask the questions and they should be answered. That is why we have been elected and given responsibility to answer questions. If we are not ready to answer questions, we should not seek for the position. Yes. That's why we are here. We should be doctors or businessmen, not to be asked questions. So karibuni, and I know you are under every committee. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So, I think to summarize, we also engage on the issues raised.
But yeah, because actually technically it's answering some of the questions.
Exactly.
Giving us a lot of information, which is very important to this committee. So I think the way it's proceeding, I really take it to be the right way. Only that take care of time. Yes.
Let's proceed.
Thank you. Through the chair, I want to appreciate that honorable member of the that I'm a very good citizen, and I know when my leader tells me I need to observe this time, I need to, and I will observe. In fact, I was landing. By landing, I mean I was concluding with citations of other implementations of the suggestions that we are bringing to this house in other counties that we envy. And Makueni being the leader in devolution, because it has always been, we also want to amplify the voice of the young people and their aspirations so that we can continue being a leader of devolution. And therefore, much said and done, I wish to welcome 2 or 3 inputs before I welcome the lead petitioner, Emmanuel Ndoye, to read out clear and expound on the prayers clearly. Because papers don't speak, but people do. So, inputs from the team, briefly.
We can take 2.
Yes.
The lead petition.
Thank you.
That's okay.
That is okay, Chair. There might not be any of also as well, so we might have been doing well. Any other input? Thank you.
All protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you once more. I'm William Otieno, a diaspora member of Musa. Honorable members, you have to agree that in the arsenal of truth, there is no greater weapon than the facts. And this narrative of youth participation in public affairs and civic activities is not complete until all the axioms are intertwined. Just a few days ago, I confirmed that on 12th August, 14th June and 5th April, both Kisumu County, Uasin Gishu, and even Turkana had held their annual Youth Empowerment Forum programs. And for the first time, I looked back at our county, Makueni, and we left behind. I even counter-checked, you know, I'm a diaspora member, so maybe the program was held in some ward and I was not present. I counter-checked, but the only thing that I interacted with concerning youth empowerment, anything to do with youth empowerment forum or board, was the petition my fellow comrade Emmanuel had put in the internet. This ongoing petition for the youth to come out in large numbers and participate in. And I believe with the existence of a fully funded youth advisory board, all these petition and prayers will be corrected annually if given a chance. This is a vision that us youths would like to live. It is a vision that is shared. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. With your permission, Chair, I would like to comment on a few things before we move on. First of all, I would like to talk about this Makueni Youth Advisory Committee or board. It is important we have this board because the youths of Makueni and the youths of Kenya at large cut across in all sectors. When you go to the medical sector, agricultural, everywhere they are there. If we don't have an advisory committee that guides the executive judiciary of Makueni County on how to execute their duties and how their decisions are affecting the people of Makueni, we will be witnessing more and more petitions as we continue. So it is very important we consider and check on how we can come up with this youth advisory board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. President, you want to?
Thank you, Chair. I'll be very brief, and first of all is to express my disappointment on maybe how it's been handled in regard to this petition. Everybody and every honorable member in this house is aware that this petition is about public participation. But now we had a case where we reached a point whereby the number of participants who were to participate in the meeting was limited to 10. Yet we are going for a consultative meeting on a petition regarding public participation. And the letter that we were invited, it was addressed to the association, but not a target number or a number of members of the association. So that's a disappointment to the association, but also we are very much glad because of others a year. To add on, it's about the recent public participation of the youth on the annual development plan. We are all aware that the public participation was conducted online, and only 2 hours were accorded to the youths of Makueni County to participate in that annual development plan. Very much aware that youths in Makueni County takes almost the biggest percentage of the population. But once other sectors needs to be engaged in the public participation, the government is very much ready to organize for a peaceful public participation for them to collect views and ideas from the constituents. And now once we get to the youths of Makueni County, the only thing that can be accorded to the youths is through an online engagement of
2 hours, and in the 2 hours, almost 1 hour is spent on introductions and the speeches from the officers in the respective departments. That's not fair, just the use of Makueni County. I'm very much sure and we can confirm to you, honorable members, that if we could establish a well-funded, empowered youth and advisory board or a council in Makueni, we'll all address those issues and have an impactful governance in both the youths and the Makueni County at large. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you very much, Chair. I wish to invite now the lead petitioner to read out the prayers and expound on them. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, President, and thank you, Chair. I'm going to use simple terms which everyone can understand. I'm going to try to expound and bring real-time case studies on what is happening and what we are trying to mean. Chair, Article 10 of the Constitution of 2010 talks about the principles of governance. And today we are talking about public participation and inclusiveness of governance. And these are one of the items, or two of the items that are related in that article, Article 10 of the Constitution. And Chair, just to give a brief reflection, County Government Act of 2012, Section 9, gives the honorable members of this assembly. We are the people who are close to the electorate. That is why these young people are crying to you. These people, that section gives the MCS or the honorable members. You are the people who are close to the electorate. You are the people who are reachable. You are the custodians of the devolution promise. It is a do or die. Direct to our prayers. And I will not expound on that. They have talked about the Youth Advisory Board.
I think before we go to the prayers in specific, we can respond to what has been raised so that we can go to the prayers from number 1 that will not be answered. We can deal with it. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Because there is the issue of the Youth Advisory Board, and you indicated the Makueni Youth Policy. As a committee, we need to know the gaps in Makueni Youth Policy that has not been addressed, that need to be addressed by the Advisory Board. We need to compare the both, because it might be the name, it might be the same thing. So we need to know what has been addressed by the Makueni Youth Policy and what will the Advisory Board address, so that you can compare, and if it is to do amendment, we include the gaps. Is that okay?
Yeah, actually what I was trying to Chairman, I think I have heard about the Youth Advisory Board several times, mentioned by several members, and it would be fair for the youth to tell us, or the petitioner to tell us whether they would propose any amendments to the policy, the Youth Policy 2020, so that we can deal with it at this level. Because separately you have said, if this one is implemented to the letter, probably it will solve most of the problems, and maybe it will largely answer all the questions appertaining to that petition. So kindly, if it pleases you, you can go ahead and propose any amendments, and that's why we are saying let us again one-on-one, without being too official. Let us drop that officiality, that official whatever tag, waje tuache hiyo kwanza, so that we can engage one-on-one, so that we can actually get to know exactly what we are supposed to do, or the amendments that we're supposed to put in place, so that we can pass them in the assembly and then push the executive to implement. Because you know, from where you sit, we are not implementers of policies. Ours is to pass, and then push the executive to implement. So if there are amendments, these are all, I mean, you are more than 20, you can propose without limiting you.
Chair, in addition, maybe for information purposes, it is good to inform those members of that Makueni has led on matters of public inclusivity in decision making. It has led for 6 other counties. We must pick that first. Number 2, we have policies and laws in place, account level acts that address some of those matters. Maybe there might be a gap on the communication for information, so that we be at par. It is good to know how men understands about the Makueni County Policy 2020 intensively, because when we talk about the board, the policy talks about the steering committee. Is it that you want we change the name of the steering committee to a board? So that what has not been mentioned, or what was skipped during the policy making, we can now make, or you can now propose amendment how you would wish it captured for matters of dealing with youth affairs. True that 3% of the population of Makueni is the gap between 15 and 34 years. That I appreciate. I too want to also update you about the Makueni County Public Participation and Civic Education Act 2025, the most current act that has been approved, and actually it has been gazetted. So we can maybe, for that gap or the lack of proper information or communication, we may have the laws in place, the policies in place, but implementation is what has been derailed. We need to understand one another so that at least we can journey together, right? And on that matter, specifically, on those questions articulated, it is good to align them with the Constitution, because Article 37 clearly talks about how you can petition your affairs, and I must applaud you because you are procedurally approaching how to deal with the grievances and accountability matters as it pertains to Makueni affairs. So we are pleased and we want to congratulate you for that. So at least in brief, we can agree, is it the implementation of the policy that has been delayed, or is it that you want some amendment be captured, and how should they be appear like in that existing policies? And also you get in that act, you advise or you see what it talks about public participation and public inclusion in decision making. You see to what extent you prefer us to make some amendment. That will help us generally as a county, and we will deal with all generational gaps. Thank you.
Again, Mr. Chair, we heard you loud and clear and say that you are very much aware that we normally have public participations in various wards on different aspects. Maybe I just wanted you to share a list of whether you normally send your representative to these public participations. Yeah.
Before you responded, I raised an issue. We compare the policy in place and the so-called steering committee, the youth steering committees. Maybe it is the name. We address what it has addressed, and if we have gaps, we include them. But because of time, we can allow that you submit a document later on that one. What is not captured in that youth development steering committee, you might be calling it advisory board, and it is called the same thing, and it is the same purpose. It is addressing the same issues we want to be addressing. So we agree on that. We will look into that. Then we address the gaps.
Maybe Chair, we are not in agreement because first of all, on our prayers and the invitation letter that we were served, we are expecting a report from the on prayer number 3, or number 2, we requested for a report on the same. From where we sit, that document, we came over it from the website. We did not know that there exists a youth policy. And if it exists, it should be reviewed after every 3 years. if there exists a committee that deals with matters of youth, we are not aware. We are not aware. We need to know.
On that point, we need to agree as a committee and as members that policy has not been implemented to the letter. We need to agree that. You said it has not been implemented.
It has not been implemented.
Yeah, we need to agree on that. Even
be,
as members, we need to agree on that.
That should be our conclusion.
Yeah.
We don't need to agree right now.
Before we come to the conclusion, you are president are very technical. and I want us to get it right because we must take responsibility, all of us, including you. Yeah. You didn't know that there is Makueni Policy 2020.
Youth policy. I came to realize that there is Makueni Youth Policy 2020 after this petition.
But it is in the website.
So whose problem now?
Now I'm not even qualified. That policy. In fact, that policy is bogus and does not represent the interests of the youth. If we are to compare that policy, we need to go and sit down and write another policy for the youth in Makueni County for your information.
But you are just a percentage of the youth, and it should reflect the whole county, that policy.
That is what
we agree on that?
Chair to add.
Engineer?
Just chair to add. I remember during introduction, the president says they are aware that in Makueni we have a youth policy. Yeah. I remember you recognizing that you are aware there is a youth policy. And this youth policy, when it was developed, it also went through public participation. It was subjected through a public participation in Makueni. And the public participation, it is twofold. First, once the executive develops the guidelines, they subject them to public participation, whereby the public participation is expected to include everybody, including the youth. The youth were not bad to go in that public participation, to participate and to give their views. Then it was brought back to the assembly. The assembly takes it back to public participation. We have to public participation from the executive, then from the assembly, again to the people to confirm whether these guidelines, the people participated. The youth policy was subjected to that process. Now, where we are now, because now at least the youth of Makueni have raised some issue, where we sit as a committee, as the chair has said, is to compare now the developed Makueni youth policy and now what you are raising. We see where the gaps are. Then we come together, we engage and see how can we improve this policy to tackle the issues of the youth. And the only way we can do this is to engage with you, the youth, give your views, then we see how we can include them as an amendment to the existing policy. If the issues you are raising are captured in the current Makueni youth policy, then we are well to go. If, for example, what is mentioned in the youth policy is the steering committee, if you feel, instead of calling it steering committee, we amend to Makueni Youth Advisory Board, well and good. Yeah, we are here to engage one another. We see how we can make things better. We also have a public participation. That public participation includes the youth from the bottom. Nowhere the public participation does not include the youth. It is not. It is only that when we are doing this public participation, you realize that most of the youth, and you especially the university students, maybe it is done when you are in university, and then maybe you have not been aware whether there was a public participation going on. From this sitting, we can be able to engage and know how now, going forward, we need to involve our university youth to be involved in the public participation we conduct. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, there's one small question.
Before there's one, I will give you time, or a minute. You know, we are here to engage.
Yes.
No feelings. Eh?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
See, we are here to get.
Absolutely.
So you should use parliamentary words. When you say that bill is bogus, what if we say this petition is bogus?
Please, honestly, Chair. No, President, honestly, let that member withdraw. That is our parliamentary. Honestly, that is because this is an engagement one-on-one.
And
We are
there are
not going to
people
have no problem.
participated.
Because if somebody,
Can you please withdraw?
somebody,
And again, we are
Chair, protect
give
me,
him
Chair. Protect me, Chair. Honestly, if a member of public hears that from you, because this is a live stream, it is dangerous. This is bogus. Bogus what? So just withdraw and then you continue.
Okay.
That is unparliamentary.
Chair, before I withdraw, let just me make a simple clarification. I said that and
No, you withdraw and then
continue. The reason why I said that is because, Chair, I don't want us to own a document right now that we believe it is not fitting us.
You know, even if you do a document now, in 2 years, other people will believe
it might be irrelevant.
Yeah.
Are you aware that some students from the universities can crop from nowhere and say they don't want this petition?
Yes. You just withdraw.
So
then
you
proceed.
respect those who have done.
Withdraw the word bogus, then you proceed.
And the chair,
You be parliamentary at least.
Allow me to put some light. Okay, I will withdraw. I say that the current
withdraw and apologize.
No, let him withdraw. It's okay. It's okay.
I will withdraw. I will not apologize.
It's okay.
I will withdraw that statement.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Chair, let me first of all thank the Almighty God because through a lot of struggle we got our Constitution 2010. When I was in school like you, when I was your age, we could not meet anywhere to discuss about youth. But through many struggles from the late 1980s up to the 90s, up to 2010, we got the Constitution which is allowing now here to quote section Article 55. And we can meet in a place called the Makueni County Assembly. That those days we used to have the DCs and then we have everything. So, Chair, I've heard the petitioner saying he came to realize that there is a Makueni youth policy by seeing it in the website. That is good. Actually, that is good. We praise technology for that. Number two, on top of the Makueni Youth Policy 2020, we have the Makueni Public Participation Act and Civic Education, which is giving force to the Makueni youth and the rest. Are we together? So, Chair, because these are my sons and daughters, and listening to what they want, maybe we passed a policy calling something a different name, and they wanted to be called another name. I pray, Chair, because we have all the time God giving us life, giving us tomorrow. We first of all, because this is a petition that can bring a lot of things, we allow them, as you have directed, then go through the Makueni Youth Development Policy, and together they try to see if they can also go through the Makueni Public Participation and Civic Education Act 2025. So that now, when you come, we start discussing the issues and what we can amend, we can be at the same level. And actually that is what is provided for by the Constitution. We sit together, we hear this side, we hear the other side, and even in 4 dimensions, we get all the information so that we can come up with one document that is suitable for everyone. Otherwise, I see we can proceed, but that those are my contributions.
On that, the part 3, the public participation forum and the structures, and I want to withdraw what Mheshimiwa said. He said it has been gazetted, it's awaiting gazetting. The government signed it, so you can get a copy. It will be gazetted anytime. At the second part, the county government shall establish thematic development forums as forums. Then number is it 8? There is youth forums for public participation. There will be a set
Youth
forums for that one. And all women forums, persons with disability, all those. So
maybe do you have the have you come across that?
You don't have that.
We can share with you
I think,
because the
Chair,
governor sent it.
Chair,
let's hear from them. Yes.
Honestly, Chair, I like the way the committee is circumnavigating the problem instead of addressing the problem. The problem is we are legislating through our lives. Why can't we implement this policy that I talked about and this team knows? You know, it looks like now we want to thrive in an issues because our petition is very clear, Chair, and we do not want to divulge so much. It was just an highlight that we wanted to capture the attention of the committee that this policy is there first.
But you know, your prayer was not to implement.
But what is that? To establish a Makueni Youth Advisory Board?
You have said right now we are live. You have said it is not being implemented.
Yes.
So the issue is if it can be implemented, it will address some issues. That's true. If that policy is implemented, we'll address some of the issues.
That is true, Chair.
Then let us deal with the issue that will not be addressed by the policy.
Again, Chair, I wanted to get it clear because the lead petitioner, let me call him the lead petitioner. Just remind me your name.
Emmanuel.
The lead petitioner said clearly that, and he has withdrawn, of course, that this youth policy 2020 is bogus. And then the president and this other gentleman said this policy 2020, if implemented to the letter, it will actually address most of the problems, or actually most of what the petition is calling for. Yeah? Is that true?
Where is the contrast?
So, what we are trying to tell you is that because we have the policy and the act. Maybe because the act was passed the other day, you did not get a copy, or you're not aware, you have not seen it. So maybe, Chair, with all due respect, if you go through you have a very good petition, but if you go through the act and the policy, clearly, it will answer most of the problems. We are not trying to circumvent.
But you see,
and for,
Chair,
and for information,
if we say if you go through the policy, then it will answer some of the questions. This is 2025. We are heading to 2026. Yes, Chair. Allow me to finish my statement.
Okay.
This is 2025. We are heading to 2026. The policy is 6 years old. The issues we are raising here, some of them, not all of them, are in the policy. And that is why we are saying we extracted issues that if implemented, and please note, if implemented, they will address a good percentage of the issues. Let us not deal in issues.
Thank you. So now we will go straight to the specific, so that you can.
Let us deal with the specific.
And then before then,
so that we can see which ones can
before
be
we proceed,
the other ones can be amended.
Now the policy is there. I want us to know, because for the interest of these members, they have said they don't know if the development steering committee, youth development steering committee is there. Is it there? First.
Yes, it's there. It is there in the policy.
No! Is it implemented?
No.
Yes.
Order. We need to be specific.
Yes.
We need to be specific.
Yeah.
Your prayer was not, it has not been implemented. So that is another thing. We can deal with the implementation. There's another thing. But before then, we are joined by,
What is your prayer?
We have been joined by, introduce yourself.
Elizabeth Mutindi, Chair for Youth and Sports.
And that steering committee, it is in the department responsible for youth affairs. You know?
Chair, just
if you agree, then we go direct to the
issue.
So the issue is the
just
prayers.
a clarification.
So that we answer them one by one.
Our youth. Here, first, we are talking about a policy which has been established. we agree it has not been implemented fully. Are we together there? It is good, first of all, we recognize the policy is there. The issue, it has not been implemented fully. Are we together? Once we recognize that, then we need now to look at the established policy, even though it has not been established. What are the issues that it addresses of the youth, and you are confident with those issues? What are the issues that the policy does not address? And that is what we are requesting. You now bring the issues which has not been addressed by the policy, so that they can be included in the policy the way you want. Then from there, we go to the implementation and ensure the policy is implemented to the letter.
Thank you.
I think we are, it's only that communication. Let us go to the issue.
Just lower the temperatures. Just a bit, please. One, we will be procedural. Two, we must save time. We must summarize.
Yes.
We cannot keep on mentioning one thing at a time. We are in agreement that there is a policy, 2020 policy, and we have an act that has gone through all procedures, deal that to a governor pending his signature. Now the lead petitioner, you now can acknowledge that there is a policy that which members have requesting for its implementation.
Yes.
And now, having said that, I want to come to concern number one, so that you can be procedural, right?
Yes.
So, number one, as indicated in this policy, is the policy provides for establishment of Makueni County Youth Development Steering Committee. This addresses the prayer number one on establishment of the Youth Advisory Board. Because number one, you want the establishment of the Advisory Board, isn't it?
I think at some point we are in different frequencies, and I want us to be at the same frequency. And the same frequency is that policy, first of all, that petition that you are reading was done by consultative engagement. We can agree that even the Honorable House, some of your members were not aware maybe of what is contained in the policy. That is okay. We can agree it is true. Some of our members might not be aware that there is a policy. Yes, but now
be patient, have some patience, and also give room to the rest.
Then you
can't all be the sole speaker and take instruction from the chair. You cannot
Yeah,
be
I think
the
we can go straight to
okay? Lead petitioner.
the prayers.
Can you take us to concern number one?
What are the concern number one?
We pray that this assembly intervenes and moves forward to ensure that we have an educated advisory board that is empowered and with authority to advise, guide, regulate, and oversee the active and robust participation of youth in all facets of county governance.
Right. You want that establishment of the board. To what extent do you have, what extent on matters of knowledge do you have on that the policy about the steering committee?
I've requested that in prayer number 2. I'm waiting for that report.
For the report from them?
The report from the Department of the Language. We served out with a letter from the Waziri.
Now, that is about the status of implementation, isn't it? So we are in concurrence that you want the inclusion of the board in that policy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe the chair can report to us the progress on the matters under request.
What if that board is called another name?
Now I'm expecting a report.
You know your petition was done to the county assembly, not to the Waziri.
Yeah.
So why are you expecting the report from Waziri?
You served us with a letter that you wrote to the Waziri.
But you should get information from where you.
Okay, Chair, we need a letter to the petitioners inviting them to this meeting. And in the letter, we mentioned that we wrote to the ECM to give us information. The same way we are inviting the petitioners to appear before the committee. So the information given by the ECM it's for the committee, not for the petitioner.
Yeah. To combine with your
with what you have given us.
Yes.
So that we can write it.
So that we can see the gap.
Yes.
So I'm saying that because I don't expect to ask a question, and then you tell me that no, you are not responsible for that or whatever. So you are going to own.
When we say you are not responsible, we are.
President, you can guide the petition.
Also, now,
President, guide the petition. President, guide the petition because you are petitioned, and you are petitioned.
And also, please, we need to be careful when we say the word oversee. We have other organs set by the law that does oversee.
Oversee what?
What do you want to oversee?
But we have said in the prayer.
Okay.
To oversee the president to work participation.
Are you aware that the task you want the advisory board to do is the same work done by the steering committee? Because if I take you briefly, the work of the development steering committee, that is domiciled at county department, that is youth affairs. Number one is to monitor implementation of Makueni youth policy.
Monitor.
Yes. That is the steering committee. Now, insert the advisor now.
What we
in that steering committee, you delete steering, you insert that in it, okay? To ensure independent evaluate of the impact of Makueni youth policy at intervals and the renew policies initiative accordingly. Okay? To review county policies in alignment with Makueni youth policy and to advocate the objectives of Makueni youth county departments, relevant county departments. Promote research and develop development in the youth sector. Okay? If we had agreed what I stated, if this policy is implemented, that number one will be answered, but only your key word is advisory. The other word is steering.
Meant.
So that is why I was saying we look into what that steering committee is doing. The gaps, we add them so that we can move together.
When does it change the name? We amend and they change the name.
Let's hear that lady. Let's hear the new.
Please, I was the moderator of this team. As you moderate the session,
okay, it's okay.
Also guide this team because they mandated me, and there is a reason for that. It is not.
But by the time we agreed to take a note, all of you, I can moderate everyone.
That is for sure. But we request for your mercies.
It's okay.
Proceed. What we
proceed.
On.
But agenda. Allow that.
I will allow her. In fact, that is the reason we are here. All of us will participate.
Can we hear from her?
First, then you will conclude.
Yes.
Chair, you want to subdue us to?
No, that is not subduing.
We have only one chair here.
Why do you want us not to hear
Excuse
from her?
me, we have only one chair.
One chair, yeah.
He is the chair.
Let's hear from
Let
her.
us listen to him. Right?
I have some sentiment that I want to put
He
across.
will
Wait,
instruct.
after.
Listen to the chair.
I think I'm
Okay,
good on
chair.
that.
Okay.
Let's hear from her.
Okay, through the chair, I think there is something our team, that your team is not getting clear. There is a question that has been asked of the youth steering committee. Is it existent?
Yes.
It's existent. And then if it's existent, who are the members?
Yes.
Is it from the county officials or from the youth?
Now we'll come to that, eh? But that is not your prayer.
But please, chair, answer because you
What
are.
do we say?
That's
You know your prayer is your prayer is we establish.
Yes. Yes.
Which is there.
Chair. What is the difference between?
And also it is structured from village to county level.
Allow me 1 second, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, petitioner is petitioning this account assembly to intervene.
Absolutely.
To intervene if there is something which is being done properly by the executive and president what we are seeking from you is the gaps. If there are gaps, if the committee is not there, you tell us it's not there. So that now we can follow when we are writing our report and observation and recommendation. So that things are amended.
And
you pray to us to intervene.
And Chair,
For us
with all due
to-
respect,
Yeah.
Chair, with all due respect, we have noted with a lot of concern that we have the Youth Steering Committee, but we don't have the Youth Advisory Committee, which, in our view, deserve one and the same thing. Yeah. So we can amend the policy to fit the name, the advisory.
I'm laughing. You know your point is that your point is that when we say it is there, unauliza, is it working?
No,
so that is the next.
That is a supplementary the question is, words have meanings. Words have meanings, Chair. When we ask, is it established? Is it established? We are not asking about the proposal. We are asking, are there members serving?
No. Then that is not your prayer. You say it for it to be established.
No, it is a prayer. But
it is their prayer.
It is their prayer. It might be there or it might not be there. According to you, is it there? Aye, you are the petitioners.
Chair, you
are the petitioners. Yeah, you are the members of your members.
No, let me say something.
Order, members.
You already know, you know your prayers, and you want us to intervene on your behalf because you're not the implementers. So what I want to advise is, you're saying you want it to be called Youth Advisory Board.
Yes.
And the department has the committee that is called the Youth Development Steering Committee.
Yes.
The position is that the committee is not working
Yes.
and it does not have membership.
Yes.
Do you want the name to be changed to Youth Advisory because the same mandates is what you have?
Yeah. We can't have two committees
so
doing
that
the
when
same.
they are establishing, then we can push them to establish it as your prayer and just retain the name. Yeah.
I think we are to that point. Are we together?
Yes, please. Yes. The thing is, you cannot claim, or even if there is, the youth advisory committee, the youth steering committee. Now, you stating that it is there. Only that it is the
policy.
Listen to him. Okay, you claim that the policy advocates to be there.
Yes. Yes.
And now you're asking us, is there a problem with that steering committee that we want to change? First of all, we cannot change something that has not been working.
You see, just Don, I will give you time. You know you can't talk when you don't have. I will give you time. You know, if we had agreed the policy has addressed some of the issues but has not been implemented, we can remove this condition. We agree the policy states this committee has to be there, but it is not there.
Yes, proceed.
Yes.
Just allow him to proceed.
Okay. The steering committee, in what document can we find how it works? Or how it works?
County Youth Policy 20.
It is not there. It is not clearly there.
It is there.
It is not there.
No. Can I respond?
Yes.
Chair, can I react, Chair? Chair, these gentlemen have made their prayers very clear. They want the Makueni account move to establishment of a dedicated youth advisory board, empowered and with authority to advise, guide, regulate, and oversee the active and the robust participation of youth in all phases of the Makueni account governance. Isn't it? Yes. Now we have the policy in place. Are we together on that? So we at the count level, what you are referring as to the advisory committee board is what has been captured as the steering committee. Would you want us, through a participation mechanism, come up with the amendment to have it captured as a board and not a steering committee? That is the first concern. Number two, to what extent do you want to include on matters clearly articulated in the policy on matter on the players of the steering committee? What has to be had? If we change the name, what is it that you want us to add or have inclusion to be captured in the roles of that committee?
Just to add on that.
Yes.
Before we decide on that, we want to hear right now what is the function of that steering committee.
Yes, it is what I was
When I just read.
We read it again.
Read them.
Yeah,
again.
just read it again. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe
In case you hear,
if it is shareable, maybe we can get a copy of it right now so that you can read it right
in
now.
the website.
It's in the website. Okay.
And we have said to
Just
the
go to Makueni website.
Chair,
public
allow me
participation.
to clarify.
Yes.
The Makueni County Youth Policy 2020 was passed in 2021 and it is in the county government website. Are we together?
Yes.
The Makueni County Public Participation and Civic Education Bill, it is in the county assembly website. It was passed by the county assembly and assented by the governor.
Waiting.
Awaiting gazettement. So both documents are there and they are law. Sawa sawa. So they are in the website of the county government and the county assembly.
The chair has a copy of the same.
You will take a copy.
Through the chair,
Yes.
can I inquire? Because I see the temperatures are quite high and when they go when they go too high, there's a tendency when these temperatures go too high, there's a tendency for each and every part to protect their view. And that was not the intention.
Let's engage.
Let's engage. And my plea is, we are here as representatives. We are not here as the lawmakers or as the implementers. We are here to seek intervention of the county assembly on youth engagement, public participation and governance in the specific areas that we have highlighted. And to put it more in context, when I was asking and when my team was asking, is first of all, the Youth Development Steering Committee existing. Now that the policy is almost 4 years old, now that you have said it was implemented it was assented in 2021. The policy, I'm also aware that it was first drafted in 2019. Therefore, with that information, has it dawned on the devolution committee to think about how are the young people of Makueni going around their issues with a policy that is not being implemented?
Right. That is why we make recommendations.
Chair, can I answer in very
When we
few
do our report.
Maybe majority before you respond, we are in concurrence that there is a policy that has been laid into implementation, isn't it? And I have also learned that majority of you have not come across the policy and the act. Is it possible that we request you to acquit yourself with the policy and the act, so that you can make amendment from an informed point of view?
Yes, Chair.
Yes, we have another bit.
Yes, Chair. It is possible, and that's why I've been mandated to represent this team and guide them in this discussion. Because, first of all, I have read the policy. As you have seen, I have not referred to any document up to this far, and I have highlighted issues in the policy. I am also aware that the policy was supposed to be reviewed in 2023. Was it reviewed? 2024.
Chair, that is why we graduated from the policy to the act.
The act, my friend.
2025.
But the act is public participation, not youth.
No, it has included everything
It is
there.
included in the
Is that
public
official?
participation.
Is that official?
That is what I was calling legislating your life out of laws. Because that is legislating on something that has not been implemented to legislate another thing. Tomorrow we will also legislate another thing to cure a problem which we have never tackled.
You see, Chair, you see, the President, there's something that he said. He talked about the youth who were given 2 hours to legislate.
We are coming to that.
No, I'm linking it with what he said. You are given some 2 hours to deal with the ADP, in the website. But do you know, you are also supposed you can even reach the county government through the website. Unatuma email inakuja ya ile kitu yote unataka and then you implement it. By the way, it's not that when you engage the youth at that level, yeah, online, 2 hours, you are finished. And you have all the time. And that is why we publish it, we gazette, we do a lot of things. Sure. So that all the youth and everybody is included.
Yeah. So I want to make a ruling, for the interest of time, I want to make a ruling on that matter. Yeah. You will compare with what is in the policy and what you want to be included, and the committee will consider during their report writing if to include, with consultation with the legal officers, so that we can proceed. Is that okay?
Sure, it is not okay because of this one reason. That personally, and a few of us, now it has been alluded, I've read all these policies and documents, and that is why we are here. And I don't know, with the chair who was there for only 3 minutes, he alluded that I am not allowing other members to participate. And these members, the same members that we are pushing to participate, they had nominated a representative to guide and inform and engage in the discussion. That's why I wanted to guide the discussion so that we reach at an amicable solution. We're not here to send you to something, send us to something. It is a consultative meeting. And that's why we want all of us to engage in a bid to alleviate the pain and the problems of the young people in Makueni. Because the problems are there, they were seen in 2019, a policy was drafted in 2019, not implemented up to 2025, then we are here, now the committee that is supposed to oversee that work being done, sending us again to go and read the policy that is not implemented, to now come up with other recommendations.
No, you do not get
we have not said it has not been
implemented. My point was
you are misguiding the other members.
No, my point was
moderator, you are misguiding the other members.
My point was for us to answer your prayers. For us to answer your prayers, you can indicate what has not been included in that steering committee so that we can capture this.
Yes.
Are we together, President?
Moderator.
Honestly, you cannot tell us the policy has not been implemented at all.
And we always do public participation.
It has been implemented
the executive does public participation, the assembly does public participation.
Not only. That one we agree.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know the partial you mean.
You know when we say partially, but let's say I'm an English teacher, by the way. Yes, I'm a professional teacher. English literature, KU.
Can I take them through what has been done?
Yes, yes. So that's what I called partial. Yes. I wanted to substantiate.
Partial implementation.
The Makueni County government has over the past 7 years formulated and implemented several youth-related programs across. Some of the programs initiative undertaken by the county government include under that policy, provisional support to technical training institutions within the county for purposes of impacting skills and knowledge to the youth, ensuring youth get equal opportunities and treatment in employment, health, agribusiness and sports activities, providing support to transport services providers, e.g. boda, support to business startups and the expansion through Tedeka Fund, account youth, women, PWD's Empowerment Fund, and access to government procurement opportunities, that is IGPO, and also the leaky machinery.
Just to add on that, Chair, just to add on that, and are you aware also, we have a program running through the county, we call it to Jiajiri, which is helping the youth get skills, and also be empowered to start up their own small businesses.
Can I shock you, Chair? Can I shock the Mheshimiwa through the Chair?
Yes.
That even that Tujajiri program, we have a concern on it. Okay. Because, and now I want to say this now as I diverge a bit from the petition. So this is not the petition. Okay. The Tujajiri program was supposed to target over 800 youth from Makueni, yes? It was a matching grant from KCB, yes? Each and every ward gave 1 million to match KCB's grant of 1 million, yes? Then, each and every ward in Makueni has a VTC, that is Vocational Training Center, that is supported and run by the county government. Yes. Now, my question is, are you aware that the people, the young people who are taken for that program, there are some wards which did not get even one student to study in their ward in a bid to develop the VTCs, because that should be the basic intention of matching grants with the development partners to grow the community community institutions, so that in future they can sustain the vagaries of economies.
Thank you.
And therefore,
No,
before I conclude, Chair, allow me conclude, because where I'm concluding is where the
Chair, we are diverting the main.
Order, members. Order, please. Order. Members, we need to be very careful. We have less than 20 minutes to tackle this. Because at 2:25, the bell will be ringing. So let us proceed with the petition.
Yeah.
You can. You can also. You have diverted. You can also come up with another petition on that issue.
Yes. We will answer that question. We will answer that question as a team. As a discussion, you guided us there, and I requested to diverge so that I bring you the main point of the young people of Makueni. Because
no, you know, if you go to that direction, members will start engaging you.
But it is you who are
and it will take 10 to 20 minutes.
Let us come back. Can we agree on number one? Members, can we agree on number one that we have a policy and you have a proposals, and for those who have gone through the policy, there is slow implementation on the policy, on the Makueni youth policy. Can we agree there is that now as a committee, we work on that about the slowness, and also we capture your sentiments on the consideration on the change of the name from steering committee to a board. Can we agree on that so that we move to the
yes, that was not our suggestion to change the name. Have we suggested
we create another board?
But there is a committee that's supposed to be in place that's doing the same role.
What is your suggestion? What is your suggestion?
It has not been established, but it's proposed.
Order, members, I did.
What do you want?
It has
You cannot accept anything, but if you say
has no members.
Order. No, listen. Team leader, what you can do as a committee is we suggest a review of the policy so that you can participate during the public participation to give your input, your views on that one.
This is a law and it was passed and it has a timeline.
But it can be amended.
Yes, but it has also a timeline to amend. Or you are not aware?
A policy is not a law.
You know the law says it can order. The law says it can be implemented within 3 years. After 3 years, it can be amended. It is not stipulated that it will be.
It can
reviewed
if need be.
If need be, it is not.
Can,
it is not a must.
Not
can
thrown
is
away.
not shall.
Absolutely. Yes, we are together now.
The
We agree. Proceed
can
to
and shall and will.
Second prayer. Petition.
Petitioner prayer number 2.
Prayer number 2.
Yes.
Makueni County publishes a detailed policy or report outlining the criteria, mechanisms used to ensure youth inclusion in public participation as required by Section 87 of the County Government Act 2020.
It's in the paper. It's already there.
It is in that policy also.
So it is something that we're starting to do at once, or it is ongoing.
And also, youth inclusion is also in the public participation bill.
It is already there.
Youth forums, what? They will be included in those.
But here the constitution is also very clear. We don't have policies to guide other policies, or laws or policies to guide other policies.
The law is
which
superior to our
the law
policy.
is calling for inclusion of youth in leadership and governance. How has been the criteria of involving this? Because this constitution is more than 15 years old now, and the county government is also 15 years old.
But I'm sure you'd have been engaged.
I don't know.
We need to be very specific. Youth members with polite note, very polite. Youth is not Musa only.
Absolutely.
Okay? Polite.
No, it is the fact.
It's a fact.
Yes.
So on that one, I think the policy has answered that.
The policy has taken care of, Chair, the policy has taken care of youth across the county. And that is why in the development committees that we have, running from the cluster to
And
the
even the
ward, to the county, to the county, all the youths are included.
Chair,
we have a youth.
maybe I show a brief one. Let us not abuse the word youth to mean Musa.
We have not done so, Chair, please guide us. We have not
Let's hear from
Listen.
No, I'm the one telling members to withdraw.
Listen. One.
Yes, you can comment.
One. Let me tell you something.
Let's hear from him.
Let's tell you something. We have meant all these laws.
And also, I mean, also with all due respect, give members time to respond. I'm protecting you when you are making your submission. And
Chair, leave alone the policies and the acts. We have the Constitution. The Article 196 is very clear. It articulates clearly on matters of inclusion and public participation. At what point was youth denied opportunity
to
participate in Makueni?
You are asking a rhetorical question.
No, you are saying you are not included. We would wish to have that information to help us in our report right in generating.
Chair, in reference to that, the reason that concern is coming to you is because there's a policy that the people of Makueni saw it good that it is support the young people development.
Yes.
And that policy was drafted and assented to policy.
Yes.
That policy is now more than 4 years old. No implementation on the political pillar because, Chair, we believe and we know and you know.
You're taking back to where we are.
Specifically on the participation.
Chair, you know. Chair, protect me. Chair, you know that there can never be representation without election in Kenya. Or can that happen?
They were elected.
But there were elections from the
lastly,
the reason you are representing us, before you respond, Chair, I will request that you do not engage in response and ask questions because I have not asked any question. I was raising a context that we can, not a concern, it's a context that we can now learn from and grow all of us together in a consultative way.
But let us not evade what have been.
We are not evading. In fact, Chair, it is your team who is evading.
At a particular time, end time, the youth were not included in public participation.
Chair, we have.
There is a.
Allow
it.
I have a question. No, you quote. Then we proceed from questions.
Okay.
End time.
No.
Yes. Ask me when.
When.
In governance, Chair.
Yes.
There is what I was saying that there can never be representation, oversight without elections, and that is the political anchor of the society.
Thank you.
Therefore, there were elections in Kenya, and that's why you are representing us. So you want us to represent young people without the political anchor, and that is what we are asking. Is the youth development committee established?
You are saying
no. Who is now?
Development committees are there.
Chair,
we need monitoring evaluation. Who is monitoring the implementation of the policy?
Chair,
but we did election for the community development committees. Were you elected?
Can I?
Is that a youth development committee?
Yes.
That is the basis of
development.
Yes.
It was not a restriction.
As envisioned in the policy.
Yes. Actually, the policy gave back to the development.
Order members, let us engage in a way that we improve the document we have.
Chair, please.
Let us engage in a way.
There's a gentleman here who had lifted his hand to say something, but moderator.
Yes, you are barring him from participating.
You are on the same.
Can we hear from him? Can we hear from him? No, let's hear from that guy.
Give him time to talk. Let me give him time, but why are you avoiding me always?
No,
when you ask a question, we are trying to answer.
Order, then members, let us anch you with facts.
But I have given you facts. Can there be a representation, oversight, and legislation without political
anchoring of elections of the people who are supposed to do that.
I'll answer that.
Now, yes or no?
You know, before another question, you did not answer this question.
Which question? I want to answer it now, please.
No, you wanted to answer this.
No, I want to answer that question now, Chair, because
this is what I was saying. And if you remember very well, I started by saying that Makueni leads other 46 counties in matters of public inclusion or participation on developmental matters.
And that I acknowledged.
That is number one. Number two, all affairs conducted by the county government entirely are subjecting to sub-public participation. At any scenario, as the youth be denied authority to participate, and if yes, which was that scenario?
Yes, there is a policy that is supposed to establish a
scenario.
youth development
Scenario.
committee.
What a scenario?
But this is a scenario. There is a policy that is not being implemented. And that is limiting the representation of the young people.
But I've taken you through some of the projects that has been implemented.
Chair, I've asked you a beautiful question. Can there be an implementation of project in Kenya by the county government of Makueni without elections?
Chair, you remember the same moderator said that they were given only 2 hours in space where you are space discussing matters, public participation about the annual development plan for this financial year.
Chair, can I show
the
the
next?
honorable member?
No, you
how many people were there?
Chair,
That
this
is
is
what
what
you
you
say.
say. Moderator.
Thank you.
Let's hear from this gentleman.
Thank you for avoiding the real.
Let's hear from that gentleman, then Muso.
Okay. Mine is not a question, but also you say that the youth were engaged in public participation for the steering committee. And now we are asking if the steering committee is there, then you're saying that the steering committee is not yet implemented. Yes? Now we are here as the youth, part of the youth of Makueni County, asking you, there is a steering committee. And then we are saying we have a national youth that you want to establish, the youth board, right? Then you're saying that
come up again.
No, national what? National. It is national.
We are dealing with county matters.
It's a national youth council. He was doing a reference.
Okay,
Please,
a
is it
reference.
okay to do reference, Chair?
No, that's why I said you should come up again.
Thank you.
Okay, let me come up again.
Yes.
There was a steering committee, right? There is.
There is.
There is. And the steering committee, it was done through public participation. And then through that public participation, there were people who were elected.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. So now there's a gap. You have said that we identify a gap. Now, if they were not yet elected, then don't you think there's a gap and there's a misguided information, because you say that there's an act that there's an act that you people passed, but it is not. There's a contradiction. There's a contradiction that it was gazetted, and then the chair said that let me correct my.
It is awaiting.
It is awaiting. Nice. So that means there is a gap for us. There's a gap there, like people were elected but not elected, and then you're saying there's a steering committee, and this steering committee has been working since.
No, it's not working.
It's not been
We need to agree on one
now,
issue.
if it is not working, then this is now the gap.
Yeah, it's okay. We need to agree on one issue. We need to agree on one issue. When you are drafting this petition, and before you go to that route, this is not a court whereby we have petitioners and the respondents. We are here to improve, to engage the document. So don't be that fixed. Because I stated this, I must stick to that. If it's not there, you don't know, this is not a court member. So my point was we need to agree when we were drafting the petition. Some of the drafters of the petition were not aware if there exists a policy and an act, and that is an oversight they did. So we need to look into the policy and your issues. If they were addressed, we change internally your prayers to how will this policy be implemented to help the youth. That is why I'm telling you it is not a court, because you stated that it is not there. You should not stick to that point.
But Chair, I've asked a very simple question. How are the young people have been represented over time with the policy without a youth development steering committee? Now, that's a question.
We agree it is not there, and that is our work now to push for it to be implemented.
Just
the members,
Chair, you and your members.
It was him, then Musa.
Chair, you and your members are speaking from two different
time.
Let's hear from Honorable Musa.
Chair, I think we have been as clear as Christ on this matter. And yeah, I think we said the policy has not been implemented fully. That is the first thing. The second thing that we realized as we sat here is that there are some members who are not aware of the policy, and they are not even aware of the act which is in existence.
Which is okay.
And what we are saying and what we are calling for is that the policy gave birth to the county development, the county development committees that we have in place. The county development committees have given space to the PWDs, they have given space to the youths, all the way from cluster level to the county level. We have a county youth chairman ambaye anahusika na development hapa tuko naye, and I wish you could acquaint yourself, all of us, we could acquaint ourselves, because there are even some members maybe who are not even aware of the policy, because it was first offense in 2020. I wish we could acquaint ourselves with the policy, and then again with the act, and then we come back to this same table, because we are not fighting, and then we engage again. That at that level, because we'll engage from a level of our knowledge, all of us, I think we'll make
or you do a submission,
whatever.
Or you do a submission.
Or if you feel you don't want to go to the assembly, you do a submission. It comes to this committee, and then we process it through the assembly.
And also we are careful. You know, we have the 60 days. The 60 days before we deal with this petition. You can do a submission on the gaps you want us to capture. I want us to go to prayer number 3. Oh yes, you have said something.
Sorry. Let me say this to all of us, and more so to the moderator. We are here, as we said from the beginning, to engage. And we also agree with now that you have realized we have the policy in place and the act in place. We agree the policy may not have been implemented fully. Where we sit, we are seeking a way. For example, if like the steering committee is established the way it is today, will you be comfortable with it? If not, how do you want us to ensure before it is implemented, your issues have been addressed in it?
Exactly.
Are we together? We agree it has not been established. Now, if it is established today, will it address your issue? If not, what are the issues you would want to be included before it is established? We agree.
And on that matter, I will make a determination before we close the engagement.
And any other issue you feel has not been addressed by the policy, you give it to us so that we can help you. All those issues be included. Are we together? Yeah, we are not fighting. We are just here to help one another. And as you have said, the other member who has said, all along, our youth has been included in every public participation. They have been included. Even the recently development committees, they have been included from the cluster level. If maybe you did not participate in those forums, yes, we acknowledge that. How do we now get involved from here?
Thank you. Thank you. I think let us proceed.
Yeah. Prayer number 3.
Number 3, yes. Number 3.
Petitioner.
Yes.
Makueni County established dedicated youth forums or dialogue to address youth-specific issues as per Article 55C of the Constitution. This was informed by, we had a youth dialogue in 2023, and it was promised that it will be done annually. We have not had a youth dialogue in 2024, and 2025, the year is ending, we don't have a youth dialogue.
Thank you. That the committee will recommend the department to fast track on that one. Okay?
So fast track and then you put a budget.
Go to 4.
Yes. 4. Makueni County develops a partnership with youth organizations to ensure the timely dissemination of participation opportunities as mandated by Section 91 of the County Government Act 2012. Chair, this was informed by the different needs and necessities of youth.
Can I ask a question, Chair, before we proceed on the swala ambalo nataka kuuliza? This youth engagement forum, it is the one you said Turkana have taken up, Turkana and washindisha in another county, Kisumu? Or what is it?
I wish to clarify because
yes.
it seems that
want to get it clear.
The honorable member of Zatika Ward missed this. I said in Turkana we have a youth council that is anchored, empowered, supported, mandated, and with authority to oversee, to do now what our youth development steering committee is supposed to do. And you are evading from implementing that, and you are going to just giving handouts to young people in an uncoordinated way. Because who coordinates that?
Who is giving handouts?
The moderator is
I mean, by
I give you handouts.
That is
order.
The petition
that is a resource.
Order.
That is a resource.
Order. Moderator.
The president is here. When did I last give you handouts?
Next time you make submission.
Yes.
Before I give you permission. That will be out of order.
Yeah, that
because
is
you are
out of
making
order.
submissions.
Not unless you are playing with the gallery.
Temple is neither
Yeah, not unless the moderator is playing with the gallery. Chair, allow me to say this. Not unless
you know
the
you
moderator.
have said something
The moderator when
to do with
yeah,
to do
you're
with
not the moderator here because I mean
you also need to be ordered. And
Chair, I'm getting jittery because the moderator is always playing to the gallery.
Chair, can I say something? You know, members, let us be objective. Let us be objective. Let them be objective. Chair,
I was saying that.
Allow let the petitioner finish.
Petitioner just
finish. You are very organized.
Yes, petitioner is very organized. Yes, petitioner is very straightforward.
I was saying before related to that, I was saying that youth public participation, you find that most of these students are always in school, especially right now. So, for example, now the recent concluded public participation of Mutula Care, these people do not get opportunity to participate.
Yes. Physically.
Even online. The county government did not also provide modus operandi for these youth to participate, whether online or physical.
Yes.
So we are trying to tell this committee. Yes, I don't know whether it is addressed on this document that we have already shared.
Yes.
We are saying this to this house. When you do public participation, make sure that you engage youth, especially, but caring about their location and their interest and time in school.
Thank you.
That is
on that one, we do two public stations. Exactly. Counter you can fail to submit your fuse at the executive PP
level.
But when we are doing us as the counter assembly, we request for memos to submit, and our email is there. Use that platform to address your issues in the future.
Maybe, Chair, they have a way you would want it improved.
Yes,
you have a proposal on how it will be.
Let us listen because
yes,
let us
listen. Yes,
that is the reason why we came here to provide solutions.
Yes. How do you want it improved?
Now, if county government wanted to engage with the public university and TVET institution,
yes,
they could have reached out to the Musa president,
yes,
and schedule a meeting online. It is okay, so that we can have a meeting.
Wonderful.
And present
it's okay.
Our views on maybe the recent concluded Mutula Care.
Okay.
So that is why we are calling for a partnership. County government should identify the youth organization in Makueni County. Musa is not the only youth organization in Makueni County. develop a partnership so that it can feed and cater for all necessities of youth across the county or in the region.
That is well articulated. Actually, you need.
And we also, once we include that
I fear we don't have time.
don't
need to add that. Other members, next, the last prayer.
Go to the last one.
We are saying Makueni County establishes and commits to an annual youth dialogue specifically focused on youth concerns and barriers to their participation, ensuring peace, critical discussion, foster continuous improvement in youth engagement, and collaboratively identify and implement solutions directly from youth organizations, educational institutions, and youth stakeholders.
I think that one we can combine in the number 4.
That is okay.
It's okay. Sindio?
But let it be clear, as it is clear in the petition.
So members,
I told you.
the interest of time, before I make the final submission. On that side, I'll just allow the president to make his final submission in less than 2 minutes. Then I will allow members, even member as and comments. Then you allow us to adjourn.
No speaker, the chair. I'm trying to say that.
Let him donate his time to you.
Thank you so much.
I do, sir. It's okay.
There are things that we were discussing this morning, and that is why when we say that we should submit, make memos or submit to this assembly through the email, and we address concerns on the same. We have been writing emails and they are not responded to. So that is a direction that we don't feel secure and we don't have faith on that direction. So, as we make your concluding remarks, we put this burden to you. You bear it. You see how you are going to get there in terms of communication.
You had how many issues? Communication?
We had communication. Communication cut across
feedback.
Yes,
and
facilitation.
Facilitation.
And because it was said that it was alluded that the responsibility lies to your committee. So make sure those concerns. I know I'm on record and addressed and we addressed the same.
We will make recommendations.
Back to you,
Chair. The President. Yes. I am requesting the chair to be attentive. Okay. The President is
donated his time.
No.
Sam.
Thank you, honorable member, for that concern. So, Chair, thank you. Once I read the recommendations, and before I give on my comment, first appreciate for this time. We appreciate for the engagement that you have had with these honorable members. We know that in some other counties, many youth lack this opportunity to engage directly with the members who they have elected. But we are very much grateful because you have accorded us this time. No, like for the chair, I had another engagement, but he cancelled it just to come and listen to us. We're very much grateful for that, chair. So to add on my recommendations, to be in particular, the petition was done by the Makueni University Student Association. And as I said, it is an association of university, college, and TVET students from Makueni, but in different institutions across the country. So, once we do the recommendations on the public participation, I recommend you that maybe we establish some forums in the institutions where the booster members are in. So, let's say for the institutions in the coastal region, we have the One University, Technical University of Mombasa, and other TTIs or colleges in there. We establish a public participation to be in general for the MOSA members and the university students, because they might lack time and the resources to come and do the physical public participation that are being engaged in the county level. But now through the facilitation, through the coordination of this committee, we establish a forum maybe let's say in the coastal region, we're going to have a forum for the county government, the honorable members of the county assembly. They engage directly and physically with the members who are in there to raise their issues, concerns, and they come into conclusion. That to summarize, save us a lot. To summarize, mine is also to summarize. I have to thank the members for being patient, because we are aware that we had to start the meeting at 9 a.m. Some have traveled from Nairobi, others from Eldoret, and they also have to travel back. So, members, I'm very much grateful and for your patience up to that point. But Chair.
Thank you. Any member? Teacher, maybe on a quick note one, I want first to congratulate this team for coming with this noble idea. We are helping one another to develop our accounts collectively. We have picked a lot actually about the slow pace of implementation of the policy and the habits, about these virtual meetings. I thought the virtual meetings will clear every doubt about the public participation on matters of inclusivity, because everyone can take participate from where his or her comfort zone. So we have picked a lot of them. We want to promise that we will take action as a committee that oversight this arm of government on pollution. And I appreciate your involvement and concern about matters of governance. Thank you.
Chair, I think there has been a gap. And,
37.
Yes, we have realized that there's
And I'm
a
timed
gap
up.
between the university students and the county government of Makueni. That's what I've established. And what I'll promise as a senior member is that we are going to make it available, a budget available, to make sure that we operationalize the process, whereby we'll reach out to all the students within our universities during our public participations and all other engagements. Thank you for coming, and you've done us wonders.
Also, mine is to thank through the chair to thank the president for choosing out of the president for 7 counties. You have chosen Makueni County Assembly County. That's another way of enlightening us, and we appreciate that one very much. Let us just continue on the same move. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay. Thank you, President and your team, for engaging this committee. We really appreciate. We have learned a lot. We have shared a lot. And I would also advise, as we move on, make these engagements frequent. And also, it is good you trickle down from now where you sit to ward levels, such that you can even have engagements with your leaders at ward level and develop the thing from there. Otherwise, this is a good move. We had a good engagement, and any other issue you feel it has not been addressed, I think the chair is open for any further engagement through memos, through emails, and your issues will be tackled fully. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What they have said, I leave them to say exactly what they have said. So I don't have any issue to say. But before I conclude, the chairperson, gender and youth, say something.
Yeah, I want to thank all of you who are the youth for bringing the petitions. They are really enlightening. So as the Committee on Youth, we feel imetupatia kazi ya kusukuma. So feel welcome even when the heat is going up. Moderator, you are supposed to moderate when the heat goes up. Let achieve, not the vice versa. But you've done a good job. So thank you. Tutazidi kusukuma serikali, because we are not the implementers, but we shall. Your voice, you voice your issues across there. So thank you.
Thank you. I make my closing remarks. We are sorry. You say that you were limited. The number was limited. That is part of your participation. But also, when you are doing the petition, I think only 19 signed. So we expected that number. but that is a matter that we can improve in. And also, we want to appreciate your team. In fact, by doing petitions, you give us some gaps to implement the policies as they are. So feel free and time to engage through petition, through WhatsApp, through any forum that is sent to Makweni. And also, I want to promise member, also be honest. Also, I want to promise you that we will improve on that issue on communication and feedback. We will make our recommendations on that one. In future, you will see a more responsive and interactive way in the assembly and the public and the petition. So I think after this, we have prepared lunch for you. You can learn, or you can take lunch at our cafeteria as you engage with members. But it will be a quick one, a rush one, because we are expected to be at the presidency meeting. The speaker is in that. So, having said that, this meeting is officially adjourned until the next time. We start with a prayer, but we